As members of Ontario's provincial parliament, we have the honour, we have the responsibility of acting on behalf of the people of this great province. This is not a responsibility any of us take lightly. As MPPs, as cabinet ministers, we've been entrusted by the people with the well-being of our democracy and our province. I look forward to working with each and every one of you, no matter your party stripe or political ideology, to earn that trust through the work we do every single day. My friends, it's no exaggeration to say Ontario is facing one of the most pressing and significant challenges in the history of our province. Free trade between Canada and the United States has been one of the greatest win-wins in the history of the world. It's created unparalleled wealth on both sides of the border. It's created millions and millions of jobs on both sides of the border. And it's supported unprecedented economic growth on both sides of the border. Together with the United States, we have built the most prosperous, most secure, and most successful trading relationship in the entire world. We fought side by side on the battlefields of Europe, Korea, and Afghanistan, defending our shared values. We are neighbors, we are allies, we are partners, we are friends, and we are both better off as a result. But the last few months and the next few years are going to challenge our friendship with the United States like we've never seen before. President Trump is going to extreme lengths to impose his tariffs on the world, no matter the cost to Americans. U.S. markets have lost $4 trillion in value, putting millions of Americans' hard-earned pensions and retirement savings at risk. Chaos and uncertainty are causing global investors to second-guess investments into the American economy. And if this continues, when President Trump proceeds with more tariffs, factories, floors, and assembly lines across American Rust Belt and deep in red states will close down, causing mass layoffs, the likes of which the U.S. hasn't seen in a generation. It doesn't have to be this way. I've been clear, we will never stop working and engaging with our American counterparts to protect and enhance the most successful trading relationship the world has ever seen. I call it Fortress AMCAN. Working together, we can be the richest, most successful, safest, and most secure two countries in the world. Working together, we can usher in a new Canadian and American century. Another American president understood the unmistakable value of free trade between allies. In November 1988, the great Ronald Reagan spoke these words, and I'll quote, "We too often talk about trade while using the vocabulary of war. In war, for one side to win, the other must lose. But commerce is not warfare. Trade is an economic alliance that benefits both countries. There are no losers, only winners, and trade helps strengthen the free world." President Reagan continued, "Yet today, protectionism is being used by some American politicians as a cheap form of nationalism, a fig leaf for those unwilling to maintain America's military strength and who lack the resolve to stand up to the real enemies, countries that would use violence against us or our allies. Reagan also said, "Our peaceful trading partners are not our enemies. They are our allies." We should be aware of the demagogues who are ready to declare a trade war against our friends, weakening our economy, our national security, and the entire free world, all while cynically waving the American flag. The expansion of the international economy is not a foreign invasion. It's an American triumph, one we worked hard to achieve, and something central to our vision of a peaceful and prosperous world of freedom. End of quote. President Reagan's words ring just as true today as they did nearly 40 years ago. And I know, Caroline, your father was right there with him. I sincerely hope President Trump and his administration heed the lessons of his late, great American president. But hope is never a strategy. We need to be prepared for the worst as we continue to work for the best. We need to be ready. We need to defend the progress we have made over the past 7 years. More than 1 million more jobs today than we were first elected in 2018. A million more jobs without ever raising a tax on people or businesses. We've attracted more than $70 billion in new investments into our economy, in new auto and battery plants, in our manufacturing sector, in new life science facilities, in Ontario's growing tech sector. Now together, we have to fight hard to protect our progress. We need to make our economy more competitive by cutting red tape, speeding up approvals, to make Ontario the best place in the world to invest, create jobs, and do business. We need to develop our vast natural resources. We need to unlock the enormous economic potential of the Ring of Fire. We need to build up homegrown critical mineral supply chains, including by building out Ontario's processing capacity so we can create good-paying jobs and make Ontario more prosperous and more secure. We need all levels of government to get behind nation-building infrastructure so we can reduce our reliance on the United States and build the highways, pipelines, and railroads that will bind our country together and help businesses find new customers in new markets. In the face of President Trump's tariffs, we need to support workers by investing in skills training and doubling down on our plan to build Ontario with new investments in roads, highways, transit, hospitals, schools, and infrastructure so we keep our workers on the job, building Ontario no matter what. We need to do all of this because without a strong economy, we cannot have a strong province. We cannot fund the critical programs, things like healthcare and education, that families need and rely on. Friends, this is the plan we brought to the people of Ontario last month. This is the plan the people of Ontario endorsed. It's a plan to protect Ontario in the face of President Trump's tariffs and to build Ontario, to build Canada for the long term. In the months and years ahead, we're going to deliver on this plan, and I'm going to fight like I've never fought before with a united Team Ontario, a united Team Canada, alongside mayors, municipalities, First Nations, union leaders, frontline workers, and businesses. Team Ontario and Team Canada is up to the challenge. We will rise to the occasion because this is the greatest province in the greatest country on earth. Thank you. A country that is being blessed with abundant resources, incredible people, talented workers, and a proud history. So together, let's stand strong and firm. Let's be clear. Canada will never be the 51st state. Canada is not for sale. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. Geez, I'm honestly, I'm getting chills all up and down my body right now. I honestly am. Canada is a country that is and will always be proudly independent, the true north, strong and free. Thank you, and may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you so much.